Welcome, my dear. It is such a pleasure you're visiting me. Come on in. It is such a lovely weather outside. I was working on my computer for a bit. Look, some videos for education. What's the matter, my dear? You look rushed, almost frantic. Come with me, my dear. Into my kitchen. I baked some cookies and a cake. Let's take the cookies and some tea and we can have a relaxing time. Ah, the cake is done, too. Remember, my dear, last year I told you about AI and why this is the close to an elf. And today, you seem more rushed than ever before. Here's some tea for you.
Welcome, my dear. You look rushed. What on earth happened? Didn't I show you how wonderful AI is just last year at this time? That it's like having an elf in your pocket? A quiet helper, a precise hand in the dark, a single line of clean code that sets everything right. Not a wizard, not a miracle, but a gentle companion for your journey. And yet, a year later, you're still rushing. Still frantic. Still racing through your days as if chased by monsters you can't name. AI is everywhere now, you say? You say it makes you suffer from FOMO. Fear of missing out? It's a bit like coding or daily work. There are days when a simple line of code in Python or JSON is enough and everything works like clockwork. One line, no more, but also no less, is sufficient. It brings clarity and efficiency. Sometimes we think more is more, adding and improving, yet the system is neither faster nor more efficient. Then we have line after line of wonderful code that doesn't do anything because it's simply an excess of what we've already built. It creates clutter, not progress. I am surprised, my dear, that AI has by no means become the helpful elf it promised to be. Instead, it has been crammed in everywhere, whether necessary or not, so that the label AI can be plastered on it. It's become a source of overwhelm, not ease. And you? You're more exhausted than ever, trying to keep pace with every new development. This constant striving leaves little room for peace. Come, my dear, sit down with me and I'll show you something. Let the world outside fade for a moment. Let your shoulders drop, and your breath deepen. Let me remind you of something you already know, but have forgotten in the noise. Balance isn't just woven into rivers, seasons, and stars. It's woven into you, into your very essence. Balance, my dear, is the heart of all being. It is the invisible bond that holds all things together, the force that keeps light and shadow, movement and stillness, birth and decay in harmony. Without balance, the world would descend into chaos. It is the quiet wisdom that guides every natural process. It is the fundamental principle of existence, a gentle hum beneath all life. Imagine, what if there were only day and never night? The earth would burn, there would be no time for rest, no gentle rocking of the stars. Life would be a relentless, exhausting blaze. What if there were only darkness, no light to bring the morning? Life would freeze, forgetting how to grow. There would be no warmth, no renewal, just an endless, cold stillness. The world itself breathes in opposites. The tides rise and fall, a constant ebb and flow. The seasons change between heat and frost, each bringing its unique beauty and purpose. The moon waxes and wanes, a celestial dance of growth and release. Everything flows in an eternal dance, a balance that never stands still, but constantly realigns itself. It is a dynamic equilibrium, a continuous adjustment. Consider the elements. Fire without measure becomes destruction, yet without fire there is no warmth. It offers comfort and light, but demands respect for its power. Water brings life, yet in excess it engulfs everything. It nourishes and cleanses, but can also overwhelm. Gale emoji, air carries the breath of the world, yet too much storm sweeps everything away. It is vital for life, yet its extremes can be devastating. Earth nourishes, yet if it does not open, it suffocates everything beneath it. It provides stability and growth, but can also be unyielding. Balance, my dear, does not mean keeping everything still, it means flowing with the forces, understanding them, and moving with them. It is an active engagement, a conscious participation in life's rhythms. It is about finding your center amidst constant change. It is about adapting, adjusting, and responding with grace to whatever comes your way. Imagine a tightrope walker. High above the ground, he balances on a thin rope. The slightest imbalance can cause him to fall. If he leans too far to the left, he begins to sway. If he corrects too hastily to the right, he loses control. His art lies in using his body, his arms, even his breath to maintain perfect balance. Only then can he walk safely and gracefully across the rope, perhaps even dance. This principle also applies to our lives. Those who only work without resting become tired and exhausted. Their energy depletes, and their spirit wanes. Those who only take without giving become lonely and empty. Connection requires reciprocity, a flow of energy both ways. Those who always lose themselves in thought but never act remain trapped in dreams. Ideas need grounding, a path to manifestation. And those who only act without thinking make mistakes. Action without reflection can lead to missteps. Everything in nature follows this law, day and night, ebb and flow, inhaling and exhaling. Only those who stand in the middle of these opposites, who understand and respect them both, can truly live in harmony with themselves and the world. This is the path to inner peace. So if you ever feel that your energy is low, that your heart is restless, ask yourself, where is the imbalance? Where are you holding on to something that wants to be let go? Where are you pushing forward when you should perhaps be resting? Because a wise person knows, everything is connected. And balance is the key to true power. Listen carefully, to the night and the light, for what I reveal to you is ancient knowledge, older than the trees of the forest, older than the whisper of the wind in the mountains. It is the secret of balance, the invisible bond that holds all things together, the force that keeps light and shadow, movement and stillness, birth and decay in harmony. It is the rhythm of the cosmos, reflected in our lives. Now that you understand the importance of balance, it is time to raise your gaze and look at the great currents of the world, at the rhythms that not only guide our lives, but also throw open the hidden paths of deeper understanding. These are the cosmic markers. There are 4 points in the great circle of the year where balance is reflected, where the forces of the world meet in a sacred dance or challenge each other. They are the pillars of time, the keys to the unseen currents, the equinoxes and the solstices. At the equinoxes, the days when light and darkness are in perfect balance, there is a sacred silence. It is a moment when opposites do not fight each other, but embrace each other in perfect harmony. Here we can discover the spirit of balance within ourselves. It is a time for introspection, for recognizing the equal parts of light and shadow within our own being. It reminds us that equilibrium is not a passive state, but a conscious choice to honor all aspects of ourselves. The solstices, on the other hand, are the extreme poles of the year, the longest night and the longest day. Here, either darkness or light triumphs, but in this victory lies the seed of change. These extremes are not endpoints, but turning points. The summer solstice carries within it the first shadow of the coming winter, a gentle reminder of impermanence. And the winter solstice holds the promise of the return of light, a beacon of hope in the deepest dark. Litha and Yule are 2 festivals that represent the meeting of light and darkness in their most intense form. They reflect the high points and low points of the solar cycle, the solstices, and mark turning points in the annual cycle. They are nature's grand narrative. These moments offer us an opportunity to pause, reflect, and align ourselves with the greater rhythms of the earth. They are invitations to connect with something ancient and profound. Litha, summer solstice, celebrated around June 20th to 23, is the peak of the solar year. It is the festival of light and maximum solar position. On this day, the hours of daylight are longer than those of night, and the sun reaches its greatest power. Litha is the festival of full harvest, blossoming, and life. It symbolizes the full growth of nature and the power of life, which is nourished by the sun. It is a time of celebration, fire, and light. The sun stands in its full splendor in the sky, but at the same time, it is a festival of remembrance that the sun will soon begin to retreat and that the cycle of nature continues. It teaches us to gather this light, to store its warmth and energy within our hearts for the darker days ahead. Get up. Can you feel the heat on your skin? Can you feel the earth humming beneath your feet, the light igniting the sky? This is the peak of the year, the moment when the sun itself wears its crown and reigns in full splendor over the land. Today the fires dance higher than ever before. Today the gates to power stand wide open. The light has reached its highest point, but in its triumph lies also the turning point. One understands, what shines also begins to fade. But not with sadness, with wisdom. For we take this light into ourselves, store it in our hearts for the darker days. This is the essence of mindful living, to appreciate the peak while preparing for the ebb. Yule, winter solstice, celebrated around December 20th to 23, is the exact opposite of Litha. It is the lowest point of the solar cycle, the moment when darkness has reached its peak and light is reborn. The days are shortest and the nights longest, but in this darkness lies the hope for the return of light. Yule celebrates the birth of the sun child, who promises that the light will soon grow stronger again. It is a festival of inner reflection and silence, inviting people to prepare for the coming light and accept the darkness. Come closer to the night, sit by the fire. Can you feel the silence? Can you feel the darkness enveloping the world like a cloak? This is the longest night, the lowest point in the annual cycle, but it is not a time to fear. For at this very moment, when the darkness is at its most powerful, the light is reborn. The energy of this night is gentle but profound. It whispers, it does not shout. It teaches us that the end always carries within it a new beginning. If you listen to your inner self now, you will feel it, a faint glow, a spark burning within you. That is your light. Your power. Your energy. It will guide you through the dark days until spring returns. The winter solstice is a night of reflection, but also of hope. Gather your strength, rest. The earth sleeps, but in its deep rest lies the promise of a new beginning. Today, a new light begins to grow, and you with it. So many humans rush through life as if chased by deadlines, by algorithms, by the fear that if they stop, even for a breath, they'll fall behind forever. They mistake constant motion for progress, and noise for meaning. But balance isn't a luxury. It's survival. It's the quiet line of code that makes the whole system work. It's the space between notes that makes music, giving it depth and resonance. The elf in your pocket isn't an external AI, my dear. It's your own inner wisdom, your intuition, your capacity for stillness and discernment. It's the part of you that knows when to push and when to pause, when to speak and when to listen. This inner elf guides you not to do more, but to do what truly matters. It helps you navigate the complexities of life with grace, rather than being swept away by them. Ask yourself tonight, where are you forcing? Where are you clinging? Where have you mistaken noise for progress? Where are you holding on to something that wants to be let go? Where are you pushing when you should be resting? Because true power isn't in doing more. It's in doing what matters, with presence, with care, with rhythm. It's in aligning your actions with your deepest values, and honoring your own natural cycles. Balance is not found. It is returned to. It is a practice, a gentle realignment, a conscious choice to live in harmony with yourself and the world around you. The monsters you're running from? They often vanish in stillness, when you finally give yourself permission to simply be. Embrace the wisdom of the equinoxes and solstices, the ebb and flow of your own energy. Understand that rest is not idleness, but preparation. Silence is not emptiness, but listening. My dear, I invite you to pause. Take a deep, calming breath right now. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the quiet rhythm within you. For the next week, choose one small area of your life where you feel rushed or overwhelmed. Perhaps it's your morning routine, or how you approach your work, or even your evening wind down. Consciously introduce a moment of balance, a 5-minute silent reflection, a deliberate pause before responding, or simply choosing to do one less thing. Observe how this small shift changes your energy, your perspective, and your peace. Share your experience with a trusted friend, or simply journal about it. Remember, balance is not a destination, but a beautiful, ongoing dance.
You have the key to balance all along, my dear. Ah, my wonderful husband came to us. Welcome. I recently spoke about balance. I will go back to my kitchen, but he will keep you company. Hello, dear youngling. My dear Vela talked about balance. Such a great topic. But, youngling, I thought, I give you a heads up. She mentioned to stay present and in balance. Yes, I know. I have a small gift for you. We will write a letter. No, not to Santa. Or, perhaps.
My very dear visitor. Welcome. Normally, you might expect my beloved Vela. But I thought I might help you with a small ritual. You see, she is busy, and I can give you a helping hand too. Come with me to my computer, youngling. Yes, I work here as well. For today's ritual, I used a new technique, making it easier for you to follow. You see, I have a lot of books here. Ancient wisdom and knowledge. Over time, I learned that making videos are easier for younglings. Hello. Welcome. You came at the right time, youngling. You will need a sheet of paper, a red pen or red ink, cinnamon, a red cord or thread, a matchstick or candle, and a fireproof bowl with some sand and salt in it. Do you have everything, youngling? Very well, then. I made some tea for you. There is nothing better than a warm cup of delicious tea with such a beautiful ritual. It warms the heart and puts us in this happy yet calm state of mind. This is essential, youngling. Come, enjoy a little more of this delicious tea. Gratitude starts deep within you. This tea here, it warms my body and nourishes my soul. Speaking of the soul, let's get back in time. When were the last time you were truly grateful for what you have? Remember this moment in time? Go there, youngling. Feel this? The bubbling of happiness, the joy that comes when you think about. Yeah. Feel it, youngling. This is gratitude. Be truly happy from the bottom of your soul for what you have. Gratitude transforms our outlook, inviting abundance and joy. As we acknowledge our blessings, we elevate our spirits and deepen connections with the world around us. Come. Sit here with me for a moment and reflect on the things you have. Now it is time. Let's write a letter of gratitude. Take the red pen and a piece of paper. Write down everything you are grateful for, from the roof over your head to the loved ones, the maraviglious job you have, and everything making your life such a magic, one-of-a-kind experience. Take your time, youngling. Write it in great detail and with this bubbling feeling of joy in your soul. Embrace everything you already have. Remember, your reality is another person's dream. If everything looks well, then it is time to sprinkle the cinnamon onto the paper. Be generous with it. Fold the paper 3 times towards you. Enclose this gratitude and happiness into the letter. Wrap the thread around the folded letter and sprinkle it again with cinnamon. Light it on fire and put it into the bowl. Let it completely burn down. Let the ash of your letter stay in the bowl until fully cooled down. Then take it and give it back to Mother Earth. I hope you had a magical time with me. See you again. Goodbye.